So the ignition's on, as you can see. We've got a flashing airbag light there. Hi, today we've got a Nissan Qashqai. I believe it's a J10 or maybe J11, but it's around about 2011, 2013. The issue with it is the airbag light is flashing. So the customer brought it into me probably about a month ago. I did a quick diag on it and said it looks like it's going to be the clock spring. They've bought themselves a clock spring, so I said I'll fit in and see how we go on. But let's have a look at the fault codes and then let's get this sorted, get it fixed and send it on its way. So the ignition's on, as you can see. We've got a flashing airbag light there. So we'll have a look at the airbag now. Read the codes. Driver airbag module open circuit passed. Now what happens, I believe it cycles with the ignition. But we've got trouble diag record, which is that I could break out another machine and look at live data, but I've done that already previously. But for that code, B1049, we're going for the airbag squib. They bought it, not airbag squib, clock spring. They bought it anyway, so let's fit it. And as we're about it, might as well look at this one. Oh, it has a few in here. Steering angle calibration, rear camera, side camera, front camera, left side camera. This one here, steering angle calibration, is past, the same as the airbag one, so it might be worth bearing that in mind in case they're linked. Now the way I attack these, want the key out. Now, recommended that you disconnect the battery for at least 10 minutes. So let's assume you're going to do that. If you don't, it's on your own head. Now, if you see here, there's a hole there and there's one the other side of the steering wheel. I don't know if we can see it. Where are we? Yeah, which would be, can't really get the angle very well, but it's here anyway. And we're going to put a screwdriver in this hole, flat bladed, until you feel the pin. Then you push the pin, it's going to pop this side out, and then you do the same with the other side and it'll pop that side out. Yeah. That's that side off. I don't know if you can actually see that very well. Not very well. Now the steering wheel, the steering lock is on. Wunderbar. Now I can gently lift this away. There we go. It's all the crap that was in here. Now we can start taking it apart. This one is the actual one that sends signal to ignite your airbag. Lift up the little tab. The screwdriver may be a little big. I think I'll get a little pick because there we go, get a pick under that and pull it out. Just like that. And then if you look in here, there's two old plugs. One here, got a little tag on this side of it here, and then one the other side, which, how does that one come out? Let's have a look, see? It's got a little tag here, I believe. Yes. Let's get them out. It's the white one. I'll show you them once they're out, it'll be easier. So this white one's got a little tag on the end that you just push in. And the grey one, I believe that's the grey tag. Okay, that makes life easier. So, this white multi-plug, push in here, and the grey multi-plug, push in here. And now you've got your airbag out, handle it gently. And this is what you end up with. So I like to try and keep the steering wheel as straight as I can. Next thing we're going to do is undo this nut here. So it's 19mm. I'm going to whiz it off with the gun, but I won't take the nut all the way off. I'm just going to kind of get it to where it needs to be for me to pull the steering wheel up. I don't know if you can see that little mark there. Hopefully there's going to be something corresponding behind it. But this now is kind of nearly at the end of its thread to get it out. The reason I don't take it all off is because when we take the steering wheel off, some of them you've really got to yank and wiggle and you can hit yourself in the face. So I'll leave the nut on there. So just grab the steering wheel, start wiggling. That was a piece of cake on this one. So now we can take the nut off. And I'll just show you this. So this is your locating marks. So that mark there is aligned with that mark there when you put it back together. So now we can carefully pull the steering wheel off, minding your cables. That gives us a nice bit of room here so that we can get the top and bottom count. I don't know if this will move forward any for me. No, but it will move down a bit. So having it move down probably make life easier. We have this here where you insert your key. This should just pull out like so. Then we've got 3 screws. I'm not sure what type they are. 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, which hold the top to the bottom. Right, sorry about that. So where are we? Right, I'm going to undo these. They're Phillips screws. So there's 3 of them that sit at the bottom that connect it all together. Lift it maybe. Lift it. Yeah. Right. Got it over in the end with that. The top one we can just lift kind of out of the way. Now we need to take out the switches. And there's a tab here at the bottom and a corresponding one at the top. Squeeze them in, we should just pull that out. Leave that one sitting there. Same with the other side, squeeze in the 2 tabs and pull the switch out. So, tab here, the corresponding one at the bottom. And this is what we're up against, or what we're looking for. Now, it's got screw there, or hang on, where are we at? Screw in here, screw in here. I believe that is it. We can match it up against the one that we're going to put on. Which has screw there. And if we can get the angle, we'll see a screw in there. So undo those two screws. And see if we're going to get any closer at getting the thing off. And once they're off, I believe up the top kind of locates. There should be a little tab behind there. I'll show you in a sec. So we carefully take that to there. We've got a couple of multi-plugs underneath. So press the tab in. It says, there we go. Just in there very well. Been there a long time. Now let's see if they've got me the whole unit. Otherwise, we'll have this the steering angle sensor, so we'll have to swap that over. I don't know if the one they've got is complete. So we need to swap this sensor here over. I believe, not that sensor there, stupid. Let's start again. This one they supplied, so we need to swap this sensor here over, which looks like it's held on with 3 little screws. One here, and one down here. They look like baby Phillips, and this is the one we're going to fit, so make sure they're both the same way round. And then we can just swap this onto this. So 3 screws, little Phillips. So carefully lift it from this one and put it onto this one. Now, one thing to note, we look at where the cutouts are on this one, they're kind of along there. And if we look at where the cutouts are on this one, they're that way. So what I want to do, because this locates, into those cutouts, I'm just going to move it around so it's the same. As best as I can. You probably don't have to faff about with that, but I don't mind the faff now and again. So then we can just transpose that onto that, making sure you get the cutouts in the correct place. But it's wrong. It's actually wrong. If we look at here to here, that's larger than that is. So that's a waste of time. So this is the problem. Now I've got to get the customer, show them what the difference is, put it back together, and that's just, they're going to be charged now for removing, refitting this, and they'll have to send this back and get a correct one. Yeah, and refitting is just the reversal of fitting. Well, that was a waste of time, wasn't it? Part didn't fit, so I refit, charge customer for that bit of labour, and they'll have to send that part back and get the correct one and then come back to me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little rant, but it does show you how to remove the crock spring and ABS sensor anyway, not steering angle sensor, sorry. If you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of new videos as and when they come out, and leave your comments and questions in the box below. Thanks for watching.